welcome to the Beefy Pod, the official podcast of Beefy, the multi-chain yield optimizer, getting you some of the best yields in all of DeFi. I'm your host, Jorge, with your co-host, TBC, the Beefy Cow. And boy, do we have a show
That's
for
right,
you.
that's
Don't
right.
we,
And we're
TBC?
just going to jump right into it because Bitcoin tanked, Jorge. I'm sorry if I peaked the audio there, but it tanked below 108,000 on July the 4th.
You don't say.
After, hold on, if you're ready for this, a 14-year dormant whale flexed 80,000 BTC, worth a total of 8.7 billion. Spooking degens everywhere and sparking wild Satoshi Nakamoto rumors all over crypto Twitter. Longs got wrecked as shorts piled up above 110,000, proving the market's casino and feds or OGs are the ones that always win. So here, I don't know who moved this stuff, but maybe you should be like me and just hold on to your keys and your BTC. Jorge, did you sell all your Bitcoin once you see that 80,000 BTC woke up after a 15-year nap?
Sorry, TBC, I was so distracted by how slow and sultry you were when you
apologies.
read that. I just had my little Japanese girl moment. I'm blushing so hard. I can't control myself. But in a moment of serious thought and indignation, I gotta say, it is a huge story in the sense that a wallet that's 14 years old is moving tons of BTC. This is $8.7 billion worth, and the market is freaking out. But if there's something to say, even if this Bitcoin is being dumped, 2.4 trillion divided by 8.7 billion, okay? That's the market cap of Bitcoin divided by the total. It's like,
hold on, just give me the goddamn number. Okay.
so it's 230,000. So this is 1/230,000th of the market cap. So with that being said, that means that even if all of this is sold, that's more like a day of trading in like the Bitcoin space. There's probably way more volume that's being moved around on a daily basis than that, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't, maybe it moves the price slightly. I don't know, but I don't think it's that big. But it is interesting that an old wallet is moving and everybody's wondering what this means. Could it mean that maybe Satoshi is still out there watching, waiting in his
watching
cave?
this episode, Satoshi?
What was the place that the villains live in the old Super Friends cartoon? You remember that's like
I'm
a
not from the
swamp
60s. Thank
skull
you.
thing. Well, maybe Satoshi is living in there, but I don't think he's a
I mean,
villain.
he might be.
That's the
We
thing.
don't know.
I don't
right?
know.
We
All
don't, we
this
don't know
and-
where this is going. We don't know where this is from. Maybe the whole point of Bitcoin was to just, tenderize us a little bit so that we would accept CBDCs openly. You never know.
Or maybe it's like, dude, maybe it was this elaborate scheme to just suck liquidity.
I'll tell you
from the
what.
rest-
The thing that really impressed most people on crypto Twitter, not the ones that were panic selling to establish some volatility, but the fact that like these wallets, they transferred their BTC without even doing like a test, right, transaction. They just like, here's 10,000 Bitcoin, just gonna send it.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty ballsy. Good for you, whoever you are. I still can't spell my name correctly without checking. So like, and it's only 3 letters. So I don't know.
I mean, it's definitely, if they could do it so confidently, like it means that likely the person who's using the wallet is very active
Nah, it's just a true OG, dude.
in the crypto space.
Just one of those
or
people
with
that
Bitcoin in
actually
general. Yeah,
memorize
it's
their
true OG.
PK. They got it. They know it. All 80,000 characters of it. Like when those people that know pi
Yeah, man.
to the 200th place or something. Right.
Oh yeah, for
Nerds.
sure. I mean, it's interesting. I definitely think it's something we need to pay attention to. But unless the Satoshi wallet itself moves, then I really don't
Next week,
see a reason to panic.
we'll be talking about Satoshi moving some Bitcoin, and then the whole market will go to shit. It's gonna be wild. Wild times ahead, people. Buckle up. Buckle up.
Absolutely. So, Connor Grogan, Coinbase's head of product, hinted at a small possibility that a massive $8.7 billion Bitcoin transfer moving about 80,000 BTC from multiple decades old wallets could be the result of compromised private keys or hacks. Through Grogan emphasized that he's speculating on straws. If the movement is malicious, it would constitute the largest crypto heist in history. The activity drew attention to early suspicious Bitcoin Cash transactions linked to the same wallets. The crypto community is closely monitoring the wallets and their transactions. I mean, TBC, what do you think? Do you think this is a big
here's
heist?
what I'm gonna say. Here's what I'm gonna say. We know that this week also had a large majority of the crypto community heading into France. And we also know that there have been quite a lot of targets of crypto going individuals to these conferences being targeted and people mugging them and tying them up and trying to get their stuff. So is it a possibility that some ECC goer just so happened to have his PK stolen? I don't know. Or
Maybe.
is, Coinbase just trying to get their name in the news one more time?
I mean, with 8.7 billion, you could buy a lot of phenomenal red wines, perfume,
Cheese?
all the cigarettes.
Cheese?
What?
It's like, yeah,
All
like
the
you buy some
cheese?
cheese.
I mean, TBC, the motivation is there. The motivation has been
I
set.
don't know. So stop taking your PKs to conferences, people. What's the matter with you? There you go. Lesson learned here.
Yeah.
Anyway,
lesson learned.
as I mentioned, ECC this week. Oh, do you want to keep talking about this? Okay.
Before we move on, I just want to say to you, the person who is moving all this Bitcoin, I just want to say that there's a lot of people that you could help. If you're going to spend that money, why not help some people out? You know what? TBC has always wanted
That is true.
a Pontiac Aztec.
That is true.
A bright yellow Pontiac Aztec.
Ever since I saw it on Survivor.
Of a Pontiac Aztec. Ever since he saw it on Survivor all those years ago. And I gotta ask, can you make his dream come true? If you made it this far, can you comment below Pontiac Aztec for TBC?
I'm gonna look up and see what a Pontiac Aztec goes for on AutoTrader.
You know what? Yeah. What does it go for?
Is anyone actually selling
Pontiac
these?
Aztec.
This is.
There's got to be someone that's selling the ugliest car
there we
ever
go.
made.
Pontiac Aztec search. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry for the downtime here. What do we got here?
So there's still a few $100s to $7,000. I don't even own $7,000 on my car.
No
Some
one's
people are
paying $7,000 for
a
a Pontiac Aztec.
Well, according to Google's AI, which it's the best AI.
There's nothing on
knows?
AutoTrader.
A few $100 to $7,000.
Well, hey man,
is what
go
it
out
says
there.
here.
Just hit me up with that thing, man. We'll commemorate that. I'll drive that around.
If you Bitcoin hacker, if you want to help us TBC Pontiac Aztec, that would be incredible.
Yeah, back to France.
Anyways, TBC, tell us about what the French
Well, hey,
were up to
I did
with
my due
Ethereum.
diligence. Spent some time in the south of France at ECC this week. And I wrote this fantastic little story. So just buckle up, guys. Here's the important things. So DeFi flocked to Canes this week to bask in the sun of the Mediterranean. Lots of coastal breeze helped the usual convention body odor epidemic. But the hot temps forced most goers to seek the events with AC. So here's the big takeaways from the events that actually had AC. And that's air conditioning for those of you in England. One, stablecoins. Everybody talked about stablecoins. It's the hottest thing. It's the reason we all got into crypto in the first place, is so we can have some stablecoins. And if you're not holding stablecoins, I don't know what you're waiting for. They're soon to pop off, and they're going to be huge. Secondly, two big takeaways. Apparently, one of the events that happened to have the coldest AC, Robinhood. Robinhood is doing something, which we'll talk about shortly, and they're doing it with Arbitrum. So Arbitrum, not a dead chain, still building, working with Robinhood. Lots of interesting things coming up. Thirdly, this is important. This is the big news, big takeaway. Apparently, Ethereum is not dead.
The motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg.
Hey, TBC, I'm a little disappointed. I had just spent on money on a brand new black suit, black shirt,
For the funeral?
black sunglasses. I was ready.
I know. Well, apparently it's not dead. I'm sorry. So change of plans. Put that suit in the closet. Throw in a couple mothballs in the pocket, because ETH isn't going anywhere. It's staying right at 2,500 for a very long time. Forever.
2,500 forever.
And lastly, since ETH's not dead, you know what is dead, Jorge? DeFi. DeFi is dead. At least the DeFi we all thought was going to be the way we revolutionized the world. Because the big takeaway from ECC is that everything is shifting toward institutions and compliance. The new DeFi.
So a new era of
Well, I don't want to use
DeFi,
that's a dirty word.
Does that make
I'm
sense?
just saying, maybe we could call it like DeFi 2.0, where it's like Web 2.0, but this time instead of giving the finger to the government, we just say thank you, Daddy. And we do whatever it tells us to do. So that's
you didn't say it properly. It's like you're supposed to say thank you, Daddy, please more.
I can't. I don't know. I'm not there yet, but I'm just honestly, it's this. We predicted this. We talked about this. It's not going away, and it seems like there's a vast majority of people all over DeFi that just cannot wait to comply themselves as quickly as possible with every regulation out there. So it's coming. I'm sure the push with stablecoins is definitely going to make it, a bit more speedy, and everybody's going to be happy because, they'll have better understanding in how they could pump their own bags, not liberate the world, not allow third world countries to free themselves from the grasp of imperialistic financialist kill chains. Nothing of that sort. Just pump my bags, whatever I have to do and however I have to sell out. Those are the big takeaways from ECC. If you want to comment on any of that, get in on it before I start diving deeper into this Robinhood tokenization.
So what I will say is, like, on the positives, what we're seeing is that Ethereum is going to continue to grow, and at the very least, we're using a very big piece of decentralized technology for really big centralized applications. So at least if you want to look at it from like a programming standpoint, you're basically building on top of Ethereum, what is a centralized service, right? So there's still going to be a lot of decentralized services that are still going to be built on Ethereum as well. It just so happens that real world, what this is really speaking on is that the era of DeFi is as a in a decentralized fashion, I suppose, is just taking a pause, or at least the focus is going to be bringing, real estate on chain, treasuries on chain, at least for the time being. It's not necessarily that there's no DeFi anymore. It's just that the money is flowing to the centralized side. What that means for DeFi as we know it is a good question, or whatever that's going to look like in the future. But I mean, what I would say is it just makes me more goddamn bullish on ETH. I'm definitely not biased.
10,000. Even though no one really talked about ETH going to 10,000.
Dude, throw some pit vipers on my face and give me some Newport cigarettes and menthols, all right? ETH to 10K, yeah. That's where we're going. Yes, sir. I'm still there. I'm still the ETH 10K guy that, won't shut up. And some notable things to mention is they spoke on EIP 7702, which would make Ethereum more accessible to a wider audience. And we kind of already saw this coming. We've kind of alluded to this before, but now Ethereum is not just being looked at as like an asset, but part of the discussion is that Ethereum will become, or could become, the layer where all important things in finance are being built, decentralized or otherwise. So, I mean, the future of Ethereum is looking bright, or at least the people talking about it to pump their bags might be coming up with a better narrative. And they also discussed layer twos. There was also a lot of communication on collaborating. So just more people, more events, meeting up, educating people on Ethereum. And then they also started talking about emerging trends and how Ethereum can be part of the growing moves in AI and such. So it looks like Ethereum is just continuing to grow. That seems to be the modus operandi here. But now it's time to talk about the show runner over there, which was that Robinhood is now officially offering US assets for Europeans to access 24 hours on the blockchain through Arbitrum, with the long-term goal, and apparently they're going to build this with Arbitrum, to make a Robinhood chain. And some things to know is that this will be KYC, which, if you're trading stocks, I mean, that's just kind of how it is. But a lot of Europeans are excited about this because getting access to US markets in Europe is actually very challenging, extremely difficult. You typically have to go to a third party, as I understand it. So it is nice that you'll just be able to be a European person, get access, and lose money on US stocks. Woo! But what's really interesting is some of the reaction on Wall Street. According to Galaxy Digital, this move could significantly divert liquidity away from the traditional New York Stock Exchange. So this is actually causing, some global competition for the traditional stock market, which is honestly, I think, really good. I mean, hopefully it means that using the stock market is going to become easier, cheaper, in theory. That's all kind of what we want.
Yeah.
TBC.
Yeah,
What do you think?
Okay. Cool. That's cool. Robinhood's just, to me, at the end of the day, bringing more attention to crypto, which is a good start. You guys want to use Robinhood? That's cool. That's cool. I don't have a problem with Robinhood. They're all right. I've met them before. Cool dudes.
Well, except for what they did with Citadel.
Come on, man.
Never forget who messed up your GameStop stock run. Never forget.
That's true.
We almost beat Wall Street, and then Wall Street called and allegedly paused the trading of GME. Never forget.
That's true. Yeah,
Go on,
I just hey, they're gonna potentially rug pull some liquidity from the New York Stock Exchange's the dusty ass. That sounds fun. Sounds fun. Boomers, look out, right? Look out. You good luck.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to talk to your grandchildren about how they're trading stocks from their telephones. It's gonna be wild. How do you kids do that?
What?
So, yeah, I don't know. That's fine. Whatever. No big deal. It's exciting. They're building on Arbitrum. Cool.
Well, I mean, it looks like they're gonna have some pretty neat use cases too, like automated dividends and apparently DeFi collateral. So it's going to be fun. You might be able to borrow against your Robinhood stocks and DeFi apps. That's actually pretty cool.
Automated dividends.
I dig that.
You can't see. They could use that word dividends. I would never, in a million years, use the word dividends in crypto. To see that, I know better. I've been around a while. We don't use that word.
We don't use that word. It will be interesting because the SEC and might come down on them. I mean, so far Paul Atkins has noted that he likes seeing the innovation. One very interesting issue or controversy that arose is that Robinhood will apparently offer you access to private equity. And they highlighted that I believe it was SpaceX and OpenAI would be available to invest in. However, OpenAI responded and said, we did not offer any securities to Robinhood or give permission to do so. So apparently, Robinhood is doing something shady here. We really don't know. But the worst case scenario is that these will likely be kind of like social tokens that don't give you any real value or equity in the business at all.
So
I guess it's like you speculate on the private equity stuff.
Oh, so this is like
without any
not
equity.
Your keys, not your crypto. Don't keep it on
I
the
guess.
Robinhood chain.
Well, it's more like when you buy a stock, you have certain rights. You know, some stocks give you voting rights and whatever. When you buy OpenAI's thing on Robinhood, it has nothing to do with OpenAI at all. It's not representative of the performance of OpenAI. It doesn't give you any voting rights, nothing. So there's a lot of questions as to how this is going to go down, but we'll see. Me personally, I think it's kind of sketchy.
It's a meme token.
Okay, basically a meme coin.
Makes sense. Okay, Robinhood chain. Yeah. Get your meme coins.
Up next, now that Robinhood has started doing this, Ondo Finance is going to acquire Oasis Pro for you as tokenized security expansion. So for those of you that don't know, Ondo is the BlackRock funded RWA protocol. And now they're going to be looking to tokenize U.S. assets, I guess, for U.S. users. If Robinhood, I'm sure Robinhood is going to do this in the U.S. as well, but right now they're doing it in Europe. But it looks like Ondo is a leading DeFi protocol managing over $1.4 billion in real-world asset tokenization and is acquiring Oasis Protocol, a U.S. registered broker-dealer. And this move allows Ondo to offer compliant tokenized securities directly to U.S. users. This acquisition complements Ondo's $250 million Catalyst Fund with Pantera Capital and positions it to compete with Robinhood, Kraken, and Gemini in the regulated token space. So, I mean, I'm wondering how they're going to compete, because where I think Ondo fails but Robinhood succeeds is that Robinhood has the normies. Robinhood has the normies. Like I feel like it's going to be very difficult to compete with them.
I agree.
What do you think?
I know Ondo is big, but I mean Robinhood they just have the marketing, right? They got people's attention. They're doing it in a clever way. No one. I mean, you're talking about Ondo. I'm not talking about Ondo. I don't see anyone else talking about Ondo. You know. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it seems all right. I don't. Also, whatever. I'm not. There's all this tokenization security stuff is exciting. It is
so interesting.
These are
we can't stop.
Fun stories to talk about. I will say though. I was going to transition. Go ahead. No, okay, great.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, because like, I sure hope that Robinhood and Ondo have learned from Coinbase and other exchanges about security protocols, because what we have learned in Brazil is that some of these people didn't have very good security protocols. The Brazilian central bank confirmed a major cybersecurity breach at one of its contracted service providers, resulting in the theft of approximately 140 million BRL, which is about 28 million USD. The hack occurred after an employee allegedly sold their login credentials to a threat actor for roughly $2,700. So the hacker's like, hey, can I have access to your account and I'll give you some money. And he's like, yeah, okay, here you go. Here's my login information. Makes you wonder if he had 2FA or not. I don't know. Anyway, despite the breach that targeted back-end infrastructure, the central bank assured the public platforms that user data was not affected. So that's good. So they didn't steal your emails. Anyway, ongoing investigation is taking place, and hopefully in the future people can prevent these ridiculous situations. So Jorge, I don't know about you, but is $2,700 enough for me to pay you to have access to your work email login?
I wouldn't do it, but I will say this. Those hackers made the investment of a lifetime.
That's good.
28 million by 2,700 is 10. Dude, 10. They made 10,370
Let's
X
go
on their investment.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
So, I mean, dude, it's just sad that if you're gonna give your logins and you work at a central bank, do it for more money.
Have higher standards.
Come
on.
on. But
you could have got better. You could have got
standards.
more. You could have got more. That's all we're
You're
saying.
worth more.
That's all we're saying.
You're
You could
worth
have easily
more.
got 3.
You know what? You, dear viewer on the Beefy Pod, you're better than that. You're worth a lot. Okay? Don't settle for that much money. Just take the real money. Okay? If you're really gonna do something like this, at least take the real money. Don't commit crimes. But hypothetically, if you did, take a lot more money. Don't lose your life over this. This is ridiculous. Wow. I mean, dang.
Man, dude.
Oh man.
Things must be tough in Brazil. Let me know. Hey, if you're from Brazil, let me know if 2,700 is big money. Big money. And if you work for the central bank there. I assume they gotta pay better than that. Maybe.
And to any Brazilian viewers, eu bebo muito Itaipava. You can, if you know Portuguese, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Ready,
Anyway,
TBC?
Yeah.
Are you ready? Are you ready for some more exciting news?
I usually am.
Well, let me tell you, TBC, that the FTX drama keeps
every
getting
week we gotta
spicier.
talk about this. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh my God. FTX estate seeks court approval to freeze payouts in 49 restricted countries. FTX bankruptcy estate is begging Delaware's court to freeze creditor payouts in 49 countries like China, Russia, where crypto laws are sketchier than a phishing DM, with China's 82% claim value leading the pack. The trust dodging legal heat by pausing distributions till they sort out the red tape, proving the state's chokehold screws degens harder than SBF ever did. Hodl your rage, the system, and its paper pushing bullshit. Well, TBC, first off, your writing is unbelievable. You deserve a penguin. Penguin, you deserve a Pulitzer Prize.
Thank you very much
with that kind of stuff.
I mean,
but I don't think all 11 of the orgy enjoying people who worked at FTX would have appreciated this chokehold screws comment that you wrote here. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm wrong here. I just have no faith in FTX here at all, and I'm sure neither does anyone watching this. Strikes me as just FTX trying to avoid making
Yes,
payouts.
right.
And apparently Iran, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and the Ukraine are also listed as countries they're trying to freeze. I mean, it just honestly doesn't this just show how sketchy
it's not-
FTX was in the first place, that they were servicing the Chinese and the Russians and
there's nothing wrong with Chinese and Russian people. Come on now. What's wrong?
I got no issues with Chinese and Russian people. It's just sketchy. This just strikes me as
the lawyers
sketchy.
who are, cashing the big checks so that they could, prevent people and payouts from taking place. That's all. That's a sketch, man.
I mean, honestly, you're right.
You're not.
Right.
No, you're
I'm
not
wrong
right.
here,
You're
TBC.
wrong.
That
You're
is
not
correct.
right. No.
I apologize
the
to all of
Russians
you
in China
out there in China and Russia. You didn't deserve that comment. But what's wild here and really sketchy is that 82% of the claims value, all of the FTX claims, are from China. I mean, can you imagine? So that means like if they had 100,000 accounts, hypothetically, it's probably more like 100 million. Then 82%, right? 82,000 of those accounts were Chinese. I mean, what was FTX
I mean, they
doing?
were just, I
don't know.
They're just laundering money to Wuhan. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, maybe. Who knows?
80,
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, right?
I mean, you know what, FTX? Keep doing stuff because we obviously love talking about you.
They were
bring us
U.S.
joy.
aiding China. You know what I'm saying? They were just something was going on. That's what's really sketchy. We still don't even know where all the FTX laundered money was really going. Come on now, right? We don't know.
We don't know. All we know is that some of it went to all the Adderall and other weird drugs that those kids were taking.
That's all we know. We don't know.
That's basically
we don't know
all
where
we know.
or anything
Yeah.
actually. We don't know who was involved. We don't know why Sam was taking pictures with Maxine Waters. We don't know. We don't know. We don't
know. Or why he was accepting tons of donations
We don't
from
know
Republicans
if
as well.
Maxine was participating in those Adderall parties. We don't know. There's lots of things we don't know.
We don't know. Can you just imagine Maxine like with red eyes, really like Sam, I can't do this relationship anymore. It's wrong. I feel wrong. But the Adderall hits real good. Give me another one.
Oh God, 82%.
Yeah.
China.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, hey,
That
this years have passed, and we are still having our minds blown by this FTX thing. It's wild. It
just never stops. It's a gift that keeps on giving.
And speaking about the gift that keeps on giving, it wouldn't be a week if Jorge didn't force me to read some sort of stupid ass Solana story. And I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna read it exactly how it was written in the script. Rex Osprey's Solana's plus staking ETF SSK launches on SIBO. What does that mean?
CBOE.
No, it says SIBO. I
CBOE.
don't know what you're talking about.
Well, CBOE. I'll put the periods there for you.
Well, anyway, I'm
going
going to ignore those periods because punctuation is stupid. The first U.S.-based ETF to offer direct exposure to Solana, which is Sol, for those of you who are still holding that stuff, with integrated staking rewards, debuted on July 2nd under the ticker SSK. SSK? Isn't that like a gun or something? Anyway, no. Oh,
I think that's a video
that's
game.
SNK. They made Metal Slug, dude. Best games ever. Hit us up. Hit us up.
Oh, you're right.
SNK. Trading with the SIBO BZX exchange. It combines the on-chain Solana holdings and offshore ETPs, routing staking yields at 7.3% back to investors. Where does that yield come from? I don't know. Jorge didn't add it. But SSK attracted 12 million in day one inflows and 33 million in trading volume. The ETF bypassed the SEC's 19B-4 approval process by operating under the 1940 Investment Company Act. And if I cared, I would explain what any of that is, but I don't, because it's Solana and it's got an ETF thing going, so but guys better hop in and get on that while you still can.
Not financial advice. But for me, the thing that I'm surprised about is like how very little. Did you see anything on Twitter about this?
Yeah,
I saw almost nothing.
well, I mean, it's Solana. It's a dead chain all of a sudden. No one cares about it. So, yeah. I mean, no one's ever cared about it as well. So it's still a dead chain, and I hope it dies.
Come on, you're too mean. People love Solana.
Yeah, you know what that is? People love Solana like they love you two, right? That's the point. Nope. Do you know
No.
anyone that actually says I love you too? No.
If
Just like
look,
Solana.
ETH is the Beatles. Solana is Jimmy Buffett. Rest in peace. We love you, Jimmy Buffett.
Don't do that to Jimmy Buffett, man. Come on now.
No, but with that being said, I just found it so surprising how nobody knew about it. And just judging by the day one inflows,
Nobody cares.
Nobody knew about it. It's like 12 million in net inflows, 33 million in volume. But it looks like the one thing that's kind of unappealing about this is that it has a lot of fees. I mean, the yield is coming from staking. So it's from Solana's new inflow of supply that you're getting the 7.3 staking rewards, but you are paying a 1.4% fee, which is pretty high for, it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's pretty high for most on ETF standards. It's quite a bit. But it's pretty amazing that they got this through with relatively no news about it. This is a pretty big deal. I mean, it's worth monitoring to see if people start buying more or if they're just waiting for BlackRock to make an ETF, which I think is probably the modus operandi here. But we'll see. And I will let you know how much of it TBC buys. He has a wallet. He is stacking it up. He is so excited for the
I appreciate that they're
ETF.
using 1940s rules to govern cryptocurrency ETFs right here in the year 2025. That's big brain moves.
Our Lord
Big brain moves
2025.
right
All right. And now tell us the fun
news,
it's coming up. Holiday week. It's coming up.
It's
coming up.
You know what?
It's coming up,
Jorge,
ladies and
are you
gentlemen.
familiar with what next week is? Because I know you just got done eating your. Jorge, did you enjoy your 4th of July eating your soy ribs and all that? Okay.
I did. My soy ribs were delicious. The plants.
Well, you got a week
so
to
tasty.
plan for one of the most anticipated oncoming events, biggest parades. Remember when Trump had like the military parade like a couple weeks ago? This
with all 500 people
yes,
that showed up, I guess.
It's going to be that times all of
degenerate.
Because here we have the House in this is the United States House, all right, has designated the week of July 14th as Crypto Week. My God, here we go. It's happening. Anyway, on July 3rd,
Let's go.
On July 3rd, 2025, the House Committee on Financial Services formally designated a week of July 14th as Crypto Week. We finally get a week, guys. We finally get a week. Everybody's got a month. We get a week, but we're working our way up to a whole month. All right, it's coming soon. This special session will include floor considerations of 3 major legislative initiatives. Are you ready, Jorge? We have the Clarity Act.
I'm ready.
The Anti-CBDC Surveillance State Act. Yeah, okay, that's not going to get through. And the Senate's Genius Act. The aim is to establish the United States as a global leader in digital asset innovations by creating a clear regulatory framework, just like we talked about at ECC, for cryptocurrencies and stablecoins, preserving privacy, protecting investors, and outright banning of the creation of a central bank digital currency. So a lot of massive talking points here. I'm sure that the people speaking at this will be that dude from Ripple and another dude from Ripple. Anyway, the announcement is backed by strong bipartisan support, led by Chairman French Hill, Speaker Mike Johnson, and Majority Leader Steve Ailes or something, and several influential senators and representatives. They emphasize this is a historic opportunity to ensure the American innovation and financial sovereignty in the crypto space, positioning the United States ahead of international competitors. And I will say this is better than the previous administration's handling of us minorities, us crypto minority, where we have been abused over the last 4 years in such a
We didn't even get
harsh
kissed
manner,
from the abuse.
treated like fourth-class citizens. It was disgusting. But here we go, man. We got Crypto Week coming up, and they're going to talk the Clarity Act, anti-CBDC, and the Genius Act. So, Jorge, I don't know about you. I'm sure you're tingling inside. But what's your takeaway?
Okay, before, I think that was like the most exciting thing to end the show on. But basically, they're calling it Crypto Week simply because there's 3 huge bills that may or may not pass. The first one is the Clarity Act, which aims to deliver robust innovation-friendly regulatory environment for digital assets. Anti-CBDC Act, which I think is the most important one, proposes to permanently ban the creation of government-backed digital currency, citing privacy concerns, which honestly, $2,700, $28 million. How much money do you think a login for all your information is worth?
I'm sure they have it on.
I'd say
They
a
already
lot
got
more.
it, right?
So I think this is nice. Oh yeah, like didn't 16 billion accounts get hacked or something?
Why not?
Recently? Here's the article. The link is down below. You can read it. We're not going to discuss it. Just know someone has your nudes. Moving on.
They got your DPs, you know what I'm saying?
Genius Act. Oh God, this is a family show. Gosh.
Dumb Polacks.
TBC.
Dumb Polacks.
All right, with that being said, the Genius Act, which is the Senate originated legislation to enhance stablecoin governance and integrate the sector specific expertise. So, I mean, we're going to have a lot of great laws that potentially could get passed here.
Okay.
Although I think if you watch the show, you kind of know where I lean here. But I am excited that we are at least getting some clarification on a lot of different things, so we can actually see some really cool, bold crypto innovation, and that is something that I want to see. You know, I've been to conventions, 80% of which are probably scammy people, but you know, there's 20% of really innovative, people that are just trying to make some cool stuff using blockchain technology. So, I mean, I'm really excited for this, and I'm happy to see it. You know, does crypto need a week? I don't think so. That's kind of weird. We don't have a stock week.
Shut up. We need a week.
A real estate week.
We need,
I mean,
we need a whole damn quarter is what we need. We need crypto quarter, guys. That's third quarter when everything pumps, right? ETH goes to 2,500.
Harambe deserves a week. Okay.
Oh shit. Jorge, man.
Oh
Jorge,
God,
dude.
Well, anyways,
this is amazing, right? Finally, we could, us crypto folks who got together to try to become ungovernable and create a better world are now on our knees, bent over, saying, "Give it to me, Daddy. Give me your legislation. Help clarify
and
this
you know
so
what?
that we can make a better world together."
And you know what? fellow viewers, we can make a better world together. Why don't you bend us over and give us that subscription and like, and maybe a comment. Share this video with your friends and family. And thank you for watching the Beefy
Bye, everybody.
Pod. See you later.